Ready.
I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
You said that with some determination.
I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, Huns, dallyns, welcome to another episode of the Hundamental Guide to Life. And this week, my guest is a proper radio Hun. It's only Dean McCullough, our lovely, lifting Northern Irish voice that warms your ears regularly on Radio 1. With a face for the telly, not for radio, he's a top Hun. How are you, Dean? Welcome to the Hundamental Guide to Life.
Oh my God, that was a really lovely delivery of that there, Gareth. Have you been practicing that intro all day?
I have. Do you know what it is? Is that I have got this husky voice, and as I was talking, a little bit of phlegm was coming up, so I was doing my best to try and keep it down because nobody wants a bit of phlegm on first, 2 seconds into a podcast, do they?
Well.
Well. Okay, Dean, welcome to the Hundamental Guide to Life. Now, we always start with all of our guests sort of addressing the elephant in the room, or not elephant in the room, and we ask our guests, would you consider yourself a little bit of a Hun or a total Hun?
Oh, was I a slag or a total slag? Was I a Hun or a total Hun? I think that I've got varying degrees of Hun.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes, like for today, for example, I am sat here with my dallyn mug, which you
Pride
sent me.
edition.
Pride edition.
Yeah.
And when I drink from this, I see it as a bit of a Hun elixir because I wake up not feeling quite honey, and then I have a sip from my dallyn Pride edition mug, and I'm like full on Philip Schofield.
Really? Are you sure
Yeah.
you want to be Philip Schofield? Are you sure?
What would be
Are
the,
we-
what's the issue? What's the issue with that? Not the fracking.
Look, tune in to our bonus episode to find out exactly what's going on with Philip Schofield.
No, well, I just mean because he was Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Was. Yeah, you could have gone Darren Day. Darren Day's Hun.
Oh, Darren Day is fit as well. He's got big feet, does Darren Day.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
right, okay, we've spoken about feet with other guests on the podcast. Are you on that sort of wiki feet page? Do you know there's a wiki feet page where you can check celebrities' feet out on?
Oh, no, I didn't need to. I was doing a show at the Grand Opera House, and Darren had been in my dressing room the day before doing a bonus edition of Any Dream Will Do to open the theatre's like new conservatory or something, like extra seats or something that they put in, and spent like £100 million on it. And he had been doing Joseph the day before, and I was in his dressing room the next day. We were rehearsing for a show that I was doing, and he'd only left his bloody golden Chelsea boots underneath the table.
Really?
Massive feet, absolutely ginormous.
Yeah, but Chelsea boots can be quite deceiving with that, because they are, that little bit pointed at the end,
Yeah.
So are you sure? Are you sure they were massive, or did you not think it was the add-on of the Chelsea boot?
Well, I've got them here somewhere.
And I've got Darren in the boot, actually. Let's get it out.
Here's what you could have won. What did Philip Schofield got Darren Day? I don't know which is worse. I think that sometimes I am quite honey. I mean, when I'm dressed head to toe in denim, I've got ready listening to my 90s dance anthems.
Yeah.
I've poured myself a little alcohol-free Secco, and the Uber's outside, and I go and meet my girls, and we go and have a lovely time on Canal Street. Then I get home with my Domino's pizza, and I sit watching reruns of Drag Race or like The Chase season 1. Just flicking through TikTok, throwing shade at everybody. That's me being an ultimate Hun. And people come to me for advice, and I just tell them shut the fuck up and live, laugh, love. I think that's quite honey as well.
So you were definitely up there with the hunning, right? Let's go a little bit specific here. Specific, if you're a total Hun. I can't even say this. What do you call a CV? This is not a Hun question. This is just what's the real name of a CV? It's a curriculum.
A curriculum vitae.
Is it a vitae?
Wait, Mommy, I can't find my curriculum vitae.
I can't find
It's vitae.
What
do you call it?
Well, I was just asking because every time I've done this podcast on season 2, this is a new feature. I actually don't know how to say it, so I've said it just different times. But before we move on to this has just reminded me of something that I've never ever memed, but is something that is totally Hun, and it's not a CV. Did you have record of achievements?
Oh my God, I loved my record of achievement. I loved it. Where the fuck is it though? I've never seen it. I actually don't think I took it out of school. I think it's still there. I think that with the record of achievement, I think those pleather things that they come
Pleatherette.
Pleatherette folder that they come in are so expensive to the to the teachers' boards that they just recycle them. So I
Yeah.
think they give you them in one hand and then they fuck you out the door and they
Yeah.
just use them for the next year. I don't know why I got goujons the other day. I was just doing a quick shop, and I just picked up some southern fried chicken goujons. But I have to tell you, I'm going to show you that they are absolutely smothered in salt,
Mm.
covered in salt.
Have they got chicken bones in, or are they fillet goujons? It,
Of course, they're
I
fillet goujons. What the?
no.
I live in Manchester, not hell.
No, I know, because I've spoken about this on the podcast previously. I've recently got into KFC, like people have been involved with KFC for years. Like KFC for me is like a new thing. I'm talking the last 2 years, and I've become getting more and more obsessed with it as the weeks go on. But I can only have anything fillet. The second you chuck a bone in front of me,
Oh
nah,
yeah, and that's the only
gross.
time you'll say no to a bone.
Yeah, well, it depends what kind of week I've had. Actually, Han, we'll see.
Hold on, let me just check something here. So you've only just got into KFC in the last 2 years?
Yeah, I was quite belligerent on the whole KFC thing because I had a real problem with the chips. The chips was my like I've been like dragged up on McDonald's since like when like for anybody listening, when you used to go to McDonald's and they used to have the little hamburger seats. I am like
Yeah,
I am season one McDonald's.
yeah,
Um yeah, so I've always been on that. So I've never, I could eat at McDonald's any time of the day, and I do. But then my boyfriend was like, "Oh yeah, KFC, KFC, KFC," and I was like, "Nah." It stopped for me at the chips because the chips were always rank.
yeah,
But then I had the chicken,
yeah.
and I've basically just started to have to backtrack on the whole KFC thing now. So I'm now trilogy box meal,
Oh yeah,
rank gravy,
yeah.
poppet bits, and then an extra couple of fillets.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. You really know how to live.
Yeah,
But I'm going to be honest with you here. What's going to happen is you're going to have really good KFC after really good KFC after
yeah,
really good KFC, and then you're going to have one KFC one day when you're least expecting it, when you really need it, that is hideous. I'm talking. There was this one time I had a KFC,
is that a Goujon coming back? For
and
the
there was still there was still a bit of hair on the chicken that hadn't been plucked out properly.
oh,
And I thought it was me. I thought I'd got a bit of my own hair stuck in my veneers, which wouldn't be
was
the
a
first
nice
time.
weekend.
It wasn't. It was a bit of the hair from kissing. I've not been back since, which is
No.
probably why I'm making my own goujons at home. What in the Nigella Lawson am I playing at?
Well, this is it. If in doubt, Goujon it out at home. Why pay that delivery charge? Why do it? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I wanted to have David Beckham curtains to
Yep.
the point where I asked my mummy why I didn't have a cow's lick. You know what a cow's lick is?
Is that something that goes across there like that? Like the
Yeah,
those?
a
Is it?
cow's lick is a thing that you get in your hair. It's a natural thing that you're born with. They call it a cow's lick in Belfast. I don't know what they call it over here in the mainland, but it's like a cow's lick, and it makes your hair straight, and that's how you can get good curtains. But I didn't. It was now that you've brought it up, it's actually I feel a bit
Is this
triggered
triggered?
because
Do you want to take a moment?
yeah.
Should we
If you
take?
just
Should we
wait,
take a
sorry, I'm
moment?
just going to take a sip out of my Dallin mug. One sec. I really wanted curtains when I was younger, and I just
Yeah.
didn't have the hair for it. Thank you. Next question.
Yeah. Well, less about your curtains. Right. Okay. You're on your hollybobs and out in jeans and a nice shirt. How many rips have you got in your jeans?
None. I can't bear. I'm sorry, Gav. I can't bear rips in jeans. 40-year-old men walking up and down Soho with rips in their jeans. Guys, I'm sorry, hun or not, it's
Yeah.
unacceptable.
You're in GAY Manchester. It's Britney Bitch comes on. What's your first reaction?
Slut drop.
Slut drop. Slut drop straight to the floor. Are we talking full height to full low, or is it a demi slut drop?
Honey, it's one of those that you think I might have just been bending down to pick up my contact lens.
Yeah.
It's quite subtle. It's like, boom. It's pretty much, and then I'm going to slowly
Are
rise.
you going to dolphin up, with the hair
Oh,
flick over?
baby, believe it. Yeah, I've got because obviously that night I'll be wearing my one luminous pink extension in my front of my
Yeah,
hair.
that you
And I'll
got
be,
in that you got on Torremolinos.
that I got at Claire's Accessories before it went into liquidation. Because Claire's Accessories
I
went
think
into
it's still with
liquidation.
us. I think Claire's is. Can we check this, Claire? Yep, I think Claire's accessory is still with us.
Sorry, Claire. One. I'm just going to be working my one pink extension as I come up for the ground, and people are like, Dean, where were you? I was just being Brittany,
Yeah.
comma, bitch.
Can I just say, actually, I've just thought about it. Isn't it amazing that during like lockdown and all the pandemic, that so many like fashion brands folded because obviously people weren't buying and going out, but Claire's accessories, people obviously still needed those sparkly, scrunchies and whatnot, and those fake hair pieces. Isn't that amazing?
I love that for them. And when we were younger, I used to go there with my cousin, and obviously I just was there to hold the basket, but really I was helping her with her
Want to go
studs and her fake
go to the
nails.
top?
And do you remember it used to be like, I think it used to be like 3 for 4. Do you remember? And you used to walk around with your wee tiny miniature
Yeah,
basket, which because we were so young, they were ginormous, but actually they're tiny.
yeah.
And you used to walk around. I remember used to going into Claire's Accessories on a Saturday with my cousin and just being stood there and just being fascinated by all these women and all these girls just going and buying nail polish and little bags for stuff that they're never going to use.
And hen party paraphernalia.
Oh my god, I didn't even know what a hen party was.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, give me the hen party vibes. I want to do it, and then I became gay.
Hi, Freddie.
Where's Gareth? Come on,
No,
then, go.
Freddie doesn't care.
You know that the first person that Freddie ever humped was Sam Bailey off the X Factor.
Oh
Clang.
God.
True
Oh my
story.
God.
Do you know that Freddie has met Adam Rickett off of I Breathe Again?
Oh my God.
Have
Oh
you?
my
If
God.
you've ever known a more hun dog, it's Freddie hun.
Well, this is it, hun. It's Freddie, hun. Doom, 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 doom. Is there an inspirational quote that gets you going? I'm talking live, love, laugh, running on bitch dust, keep
Mm.
calm and drink tea.
I actually have a Roald Dahl quote that lives beside my bed. It's this one, hon. I
And
got
what?
I got this frame in B&M. It was only £1. And it says, "Never do anything by halves. If you want to get away with it, be outrageous. Go the whole hog. Make sure everything you do is so completely crazy it's unbelievable." It's not very catchy. I probably wouldn't get that on my downstairs loo door, but whatevs.
But okay, let's just dissect this again because it's in a frame. Did you get the frame and the prints separately, and this is you put these together, or was this a gift for you?
Yeah, this was a conscious effort. I did this.
Oh, you did this yourself?
It was kind of like, yeah, it was a bit of an arts and crafts project. Are you going to read me for this?
No, I'm not reading you. I'm not reading you. I
You're,
wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
you're taking a look
And
at
where,
my frame and thinking that was a choice.
and where does this live?
It lives in my built-in wardrobe.
It lives in the built. So you open the wardrobe, ta-da, and that is there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doors on my wardrobes. They're just basically it's just shelves.
Uh-huh.
It lives on a shelf. It's extremely dusty, but yeah, it's quite dusty. It was this was given to me. This wee thing was given to me by a friend of mine, and I saw these frames in B&M, and they were like cheap, and I thought I'd put them together. But I quite like it. Never
I
do
quite.
anything by halves if you want to get away with it.
And how often do you look at it and sort of take in the words and the energy from that?
Well, today's the first day I've done it. Today's the first day I've actually fully read it. From beginning to end.
Men in Uggs. Have you got a pair of Uggs?
Oh my god, I probably would still be wearing my Uggs if I didn't put them in storage when I was traveling in them offset them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually quite, again, I'm feel quite triggered because
It's
they were £220 and I bought them at Meadowhall in 2000 the Christmas of 2010. I was in Sheffield doing panto and I bought myself these Uggs, and honestly I loved them so much because they were the first proper thing that I owned that weren't fake. And I put them in storage when I went travelling. I came back and the moths had ate them. They were holes.
human.
They were holy mugs. They were holy Uggs. I probably would have got away with wearing them on a Sunday to church.
Well, they I mean, the way that you've described them, they sound like an Uggs Crocs crossover.
They were by the end of it, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's so funny that you've mentioned Meadowhall there, right? Because randomly, when I went down Catherine Zeta-Jones' sort of black hole the other day, I found out that Catherine Zeta-Jones was the celebrity that opened up Meadowhall when it first came out. Useless piece of information for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like she was there for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think they probably had a helicopter with the engine still running on the roof.
This was Darling Buds of May, Catherine Zeta-Jones, not Zorro Catherine Zeta-Jones or Chicago Catherine Zeta. This was like way back, do you know what? When this episode comes out, I'll post the clip because I've got it.
It's not so much about me getting my voice out there. It's about me amplifying other people's voices.
Uh-huh.
You know, I spent the last 3.5 years on Gadio, which was like the most invaluable 3.5 years of my life,
Mhm.
because I got to really understand the importance of radio
Yeah.
for marginalized groups, you know.
Yeah.
Of course there are queer people that listen to Radio 1, but the majority of my audience was queer at Gadio, and there were certain things that we had to cover and certain things that we had to provide for that group of people. And within that, I got to learn how much people need comfort and how much people need true information. They need their news given to them in a really
Yeah.
clear way when it comes to certain issues. And I need to bring to hold people to account as well as a
Yeah.
queer person. So, and because of those years at Gadio and having, really, really made loads of mistakes there and perhaps not done things the correct way just because I didn't know, but also I did some really great things there. And I look back
Sure.
and I'm really proud of those things, holding Manchester Pride to account, when all of that shit was going on last year. And even though they booked me and I've got a good relationship with them, it's my job to get the
Yeah.
truth. And I did that, and I felt quite empowered by that because it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
You cannot have any personal gain when you do these things, because then you just alienate the main reason why you're doing
Sure.
them. And I remember once, the very first time I ever felt this importance of shining light on to other people was whenever I interviewed an asylum seeker who had just came to Birmingham, and she had been thrown out of her country for being a lesbian, and in fact her lover had been killed in front of her. She'd been brutally
Wow.
attacked in front of her, and she fled and she got to Birmingham, and she was engaged with this charity, and it was a charity that I also was engaged with, just connecting them with other people that I knew needed some help. And I got her on and we pre-recorded the interview, and I'm really glad we did because no one could talk. We were all so upset for this girl. And she said her name was Star. That was the name that she'd given
Mhm.
herself, was Star, and I've never ever forgot her. And because of that, because of the interview that we played out on the radio, she got rehomed, she got rehoused, she got a job, she had support from another charity who helped fund things, and all she did was just tell her story. And
Yeah.
all I did was ask her about her story, and she was able to find a new life, all because of the power of radio. Nothing to do with me,
Yeah.
nothing to do with my questions, but because she was there on the radio and she was given that platform, she was given that chance. So, and in terms of the work that I do now and where I want to take my career next, it's really, really not about me. And that's not me being a wanker saying that.
No, no, no.
It's really not about me. I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I've got my platform. I'm doing something that I love. If 5 people tuned in or 5 million people tuned in, I still love my job, and I will always do it for as long as I'm supposed to.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. Why do you think why, in your opinion, do you think the Saturdays Megamix is so chef's kiss?
Well, for me as a DJ, it's brilliant because I can whack it on and I can go to the toilet, go to the
Toilet.
bar, go to kiss a boy, and then come back and it's still on.
That is whenever we do the brunches, which I can't believe you've not been to yet,
I know.
FYI. Whenever we do the brunches, that is the point where we give out we take the QR code around so everybody can scan to get their answer sheets for the quiz, because it gives you 7 minutes 28 or whatever to get the hell round and go and have a slash and go and have a vape or what have you. Brilliant.
Yeah. But I think it's just absolute musical gold.
Yeah.
I think you can listen to it and you're taking on such a journey. Like,
Yeah.
it takes you to all these different places. But don't you think as well, the brilliant thing about all mega mixes are, but particularly this one, is that it reminds you of that period.
Yeah.
So in those 7 minutes 28 seconds, you're taken through different albums, but different eras, different breakups, different friends, different
Yeah.
smells. When I hear this Saturdays Megamix, I can still smell CK1.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I can still pull on those smells and pull on that time of my life.
So when I hear the Saturdays Megamix, I smell doner meat from the kebab shop from Flame in Luton, where I used to live. Have you ever been to Flame in Luton?
I've never been to Luton,
Have
darling.
you never been to Luton? Right. Well, I tell you what. I don't know about you, but I love a provincial. Like, don't get me wrong. I like all of you. Like, went to Jodie Harsh the other week. An amazing time there. But I loves a provincial gay queer night out.
Love it.
Love it.
You can't, honestly, it's a spectacle. It's the best night
Yeah.
because you get all these incredible characters, people just living their best lives, dancing around. I went to Dempsey's in Sheffield.
Been there with the cages.
With the cages. Dempsey's in Sheffield a couple of months ago now, and I'd been to see a charity event that my friend was putting on. Babes, get this, me, Joe McElderry, Faye from Steps, In the Cage at Sheffield and Dempsey's. I thought, I've died and gone to fucking gay heaven here.
Okay, quick fire now, Dean. We're also continuing with the theme of music. Three songs that can be all about you. If you nothing to do with your crowd in your DJ sets. This is all about you. So a song that makes you live. So it's Friday, it's sunny, you're kicking the weekend off in your back garden, and you're living with your huns. What song makes you live?
It's probably gonna be at the minute, it's probably Anish Kumar and Barry Can't Swim with Blackpool Boulevard.
Right.
Do you need to play a little bit of it?
Yeah, we probably won't be able to play it. I think we've got 15 seconds of it.
Yeah. Well, in the edit, notes for the edit. Why don't you drop it in here? That's it.
Ah, fab.
Still doesn't know because we're adding that in post.
I'm like,
no, it's basically. Let me just get it for you. It's just basically it's this.
Quite piano-y. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I still don't know it.
Yeah,
I'll let me put that in my notes.
Do you want me? Hold on a second. I've had to give you songs here that are honey, or can they just be anything?
No, this is all about you, Dean.
Okay.
I am not going to force the hun into you. Okay, song that makes you love, something that makes you feel that you're in love, or if you puts you in the mood for love, or you might have on whilst you're
making love.
Well, I didn't want to say it, hun.
Well, I don't want to do it either. I've not had sex in so fucking long. I probably need a song to make me want to do it.
Could it be the ketchup song?
Yeah. Got a nice beat to it anyway. No, yeah. Probably if we're talking about love and making love and my love life at the minute, probably Steps Tragedy.
Tragedy. The Full Intention remix.
When the feeling's gone and you can't go on.
Night and day. And finally, a song that gets you pissing yourself laughing. Or thinks about a time you've like laughed loads.
Oh, a song that makes me laugh. Are songs funny?
Well, I mean,
let's give me yours as a reference point.
Like Witch Doctor, ooh ee ooh ah ah. Like that's a funny song. Or like Mr. What was that one that Spaceman Babylon Zoo? That's funny.
What about anything by RuPaul, really, because that auto tune makes me laugh.
Does it make you go like that? Are you one of those?
Yeah, well, I'm not a cat kind of girl. But shablam shablam.
Yeah,
probably a song that makes me laugh. Anything by RuPaul.
Yeah. I like the one when RuPaul like literally because there's a lot of RuPaul where he's like
yeah, very that. Just a nice strong auto tune.
Dean, thank you so much for coming on.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I want to say thank you for getting me through the pandemic and making me laugh on a reg.
Oh, hun, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for getting us through Friday and Saturday mornings.